This is Scott coming to you from our secret OrkU undisclosed super secret bunker. I'm here to bring you a special news report. Stand by.
6 new deaths, with no clues as to the Joker's deadly weapon.
And what is the pattern? Foods, alcohol, or beauty and hygiene products? Cologne, mouthwash, underarm deodorant?
Or worse yet, there may be no pattern. The search goes on through Gotham's shopping nightmare.
The man they know as Z, and that news report was brought to you by Joker and the Smilex brand. For those of you who got to see that commercial and hear it, was actually from Batman 1989, and that's what the rest of us are all going to look like pretty soon, because nobody can get their hair did, they can't get their nails done. Noob-Noob, you can't wax your taint anymore.
I don't have any taint hair.
You're a bald little boy then, huh? And then there's Scott. How are you going to keep that beard golden and delicious?
The beard is remaining nice and clean and shiny. Don't you guys worry. I am fully covered over here in the secret Ork bunkers. Remote location, doing our social isolation properly. But I've got enough beard product to keep me going through an apocalypse much, much scarier than this one. So, no, I'm good to go over here.
Social isolation, what's that?
Something that we're not very good at. Actually, something that you guys aren't very good at. I'm pretty good at it, as you can tell. I'm doing this show from a remote location. We are not even in the same township anymore.
Same township.
See, I thought social distancing country meant to be like social kissing distance. So I mean, I could kiss Z right now.
You can. I'm just doing everything I can to stay away from Noob-Noob, to tell you the truth. I just don't want to go anywhere near him. So
he did break out of isolation, and the two of us are in essential services, so I guess we know what we're doing.
So I went ahead and went through all the trouble of setting up a remote studio here just to get away from Noob-Noob. Hey,
and not wear pants.
So far, it's working good.
Why don't you stand up and show us what you're wearing?
Are there pants? I don't know. It just looks like a black hole down there.
That's because that's what it is.
I heard one of our fans wants to see you shirtless again.
Maybe if we get enough requests on the show, I might go shirtless again. But we'll have to get a fan vote for that one.
Oh boy.
Apparently. Well, Noob-Noob, why don't you tell us what's on today's show?
Well, first I'm gonna chug this fucking chocolate milk, because this is chalky milk. This is moo-moo milk. Chocolate moo-moo milk. Yeah. Look at how chocolate and delicious this is. This is darker than Denzel right here.
And this is tequila.
I'm putting this in my mouth.
Oh, that's definitely you barely are even taking that to town.
Wow. Oh, that's gonna be hilarious when Noob-Noob gets diabetes.
Shit everywhere in just like 5 minutes. Oh my god. Oh, it's so thick on my tongue.
Oh yeah, that's straight from those chocolate cows.
Okay. Yeah, that woke me up. So anyway, the news, we're going to have a lovely video from India and showing how hard their police are working. They're doing a great job over there. X-Men has a new comic book of characters, I think. I'm not sure. Supreme Court kind of fucked up my case for when I murder people, which is not great. Spawn is a character. Apparently, why I don't know why we care about him, but we'll find out. Triple H made fun of a bitch who lost to a gypsy. Chris Brown took a break from beating Rihanna and got something tattooed. Where? Who knows?
That's our special face segment tattoo.
Way to give it away.
Yeah.
Way to give it away. Well, Scott has a special fashion segment after that. Here's a hint. She fucked Ray J. Oh, boy. Then fried chicken and chill. That's a thing. Instead of quarantine and chill, I'd rather rub fried chicken on my face. China reopens and then recloses. I don't know if that means just their entire continent, or that's not a continent, is it? Whoops. Anyway. Deadpool sings lullabies from a dead country singer, I think. Is he dead? Maybe. I don't know. AMC furloughs its employees. I don't know what that means. Furloughs?
Furlongs.
What is this word?
Ferries? AMC ferries its employees is what I'm hearing. So late night TV still exists. I don't know. We'll find out while we talk about that. And then Picard is also potentially free and does some reminiscing and sexual speaking of Shakespeare.
He's free. Why? Oh, he's free.
Picard
is he sexually free?
Then we're going to do some reviews. We're going to get some Red Sun Superman. We're going to Tiger King. And then there's a platform thing that I don't know what that is.
You're going to go up a platform.
And we've already got our first request from the chat from Sean to go ahead and dump them titties out, Scoot.
Oh my God.
That's our first vote. We're going to need a few more of them.
Yeah, we're starting. I guess everybody else is using the internet obsessively.
And it's basically because Scott was too much of a pussy-ass bitch to drive over.
From his social
Good news,
isolation.
everyone.
Couldn't hear anything you guys were saying over the news theme. Go ahead.
God, you're a piece of shit.
Well, we
So
can't
anyway,
hear the news theme.
The first news story is a really uplifting one. So India is apparently part of the place that is experiencing some coronavirus issues, and they're going a little hard with their citizenship.
Yeah,
so,
you think you have it hard in the U.S.? Try going to India and get caught driving around. See what happens.
when they say lockdown, they mean stay the fuck home.
And-
because if not, this is what the police will do to you.
And here's what happens. We don't have audio to go with this video, but
Well, we
there
don't
is
need
video.
audio, but
Oh,
if you're
here's-
watching it, they have canes,
Oh, they're
and
just
they're
beating an
whipping
idiot.
the shit out of
Oh my
people.
God.
They're just pulling people off scooters.
Just
They're
whipping them with
whipping them.
canes.
God.
I mean, you got canes, and they're get
The
out
whole
of
course of
here.
the Taj Mahal is just hitting every
They're
Indian.
also they make you do squats.
They're squatting.
And
Squatting.
Is that one shitting?
No.
I
So
know India is like a third world country, but I didn't know they just shit everywhere.
it's
on the
it's
floor.
it's public humiliation is what they're doing as well. It's not just hitting them with canes and stuff, but making them do push-ups and squats and whatever that other weird exercise was. This is how they're trying to deter people from going off the streets or onto the streets. And mind you, isn't this like the most populated like place in the world?
It's one of them. It's very population dense, but I think it's ridiculous. Look at them just whipping. They're just these guys are just going to town on them.
Fuck?
Yeah, they're like, "What are you breaking? You're breaking the thing." So he's like, "I'm gonna whip the shit out of you."
We should probably do that in America because we are just not doing anything.
We
People aren't
are.
listening.
We are. People are not listening to Shelter in Place.
I think
You might think Scott's listening, but he's just being
Scott
lazy.
is listening, but he is also
Those-
being lazy.
th-
So it
I mean-
suits two things.
those guys are just dealing with what I dealt with growing up. You know, when I was bad, I got hit. I mean, that's pretty much how it goes. They're misbehaving, they get hit. Come on.
I see.
Is it
Well,
that big a deal? And it's just a cane. It doesn't hurt that bad. Just a little sting.
oh, just a little sting. So what's next, Noob-Noob?
So apparently, the X-Men have a new team. I don't follow the X-Men that much since Wolverine is now dead. But X-Men Children
Was
of
that
the
a
Atom,
spoiler
which
alert?
is also a game from 1994, but that's not what we're talking about, is a new comic book series that's coming out. I don't know. I don't follow X-Men, so somebody tell me.
Well, there's a little bit of outrage again, if you guys recall. We talked about Safe Space and what was it? Snowflake. So Marvel made another announcement, and that announcement was, "Hey, check this out. We have they like gender swapped and rewrote some of the X-Men, and now they have a Cyclops-looking chick dude." And another Gambit, and I don't know.
Is that a Blambit? A black Gambit?
I guess.
Is that a man luchador? What is that?
I don't know what's going on there. If you scroll down,
Oh, look at them lips!
read the go down
What?
and look at the story.
Oh my God! Hold on, wait. People are allowed to.
I don't know what happened, but I got the thing to stop flashing. Our screen has stopped flashing because that was annoying
Dude,
as hell.
it's got-
Yay!
it's doing it again.
Nope.
Scott.
And you fucked it up.
No.
And it's
So people are allowed to.
it will
wait,
stop.
Customer response so far. Latest offering from has presented itself to be less than forthcoming.
So scroll down a little bit. I need to see that. Vita Ayala is the writer,
Oof.
and Vita causes quite a bit of controversy. That's like a thing. So, Marvel Comics, I just feel bad because comic book owners, one of the big issues with this whole thing is that when they get these comics in that nobody wants, nobody asked for a gender swapped reboot of the X-Men. and they're forced to buy it, and they cannot. There's no returnability.
Forced to buy it.
So let's say you want to get the newest issues of Iron Man, Spider-Man, Thor, Black Widow, like stuff that might actually sell.
Are these guys? Are they doing the same thing that DC's doing with their other gender or whatever things going on?
No, Safe Space and Snowflake was not DC. That is also Marvel.
Oh, that's also Marvel?
Correct.
Okay.
So these characters are just retreads of existing characters. Like they just gender swap them.
Are they the kids of these characters?
No, I don't think so.
Is this a different universe?
No, I don't think so.
Is this just a different story altogether?
It's just a thing that
it's
they're
just
doing.
a writer who clearly doesn't know whether she's a man or a woman, making characters that clearly don't know whether they're a man or a woman.
That's kind of the point, I guess.
Welcome to modern times. I mean, why is this an issue?
Because they suck?
Because the problem is the comic book shops are forced to buy these, and then they can't return them. So you have to buy, I don't know, $50 of these garbage comics that nobody wants.
But if they're not garbage comics, that's not a big deal. They got the same powers as the more powerful X-Men.
So you're a big fan of Snowflake?
No, it's not like I'm looking at these mutants here on the screen. It's not like any of them have like a super powered backpack that gives them their powers. They seem a lot more legit than Snowflake and Safe Space were. So I don't see the issue with this.
They just gender swapped Gambit. Do you care about a gender swapped Gambit?
No.
Or Cyclops?
No.
Do you see that guy in the luchador mask?
Cyclops was a queen anyway. It's not that big a deal.
Daddy. I see you can associate with the luchador guy because he's a little tubbed up. So
these are is this like here's the picture? Well, obviously our listeners can't see this, but they have like similar, like there's a guy version and a girl version.
Yeah, they just gender swapped them. That's what they did.
And we have a vote for me to keep my shirt on. Thank you, Jamie B.
No boy.
Right now we are tied.
He could just get naked and run around like crazy.
Yeah, right now we are tied for the whether or not I get to keep my shirt on.
Well, what's the next story? Since Scott loves, he's super woke now.
Yes, he loves snowflakes and safe spaces. Like he's in one right now.
He is in a safe space.
Dude, this is my own personal safe space here. I love this. This is great. I can sit here, I can drink my tequila, and I don't have to worry about driving home, because I already am.
Oh, boy. So, the Supreme Court has made a really interesting ruling.
And actually, we do already have a vote. Sean says he is all in for the new Gambit. So, not everyone in this world has an issue with it like you do. So, there.
Is he going to be soonly known as Shawnette? I don't... Okay.
No, I think Sean would be a Shauna if he was to go ahead.
Oh,
Shauna.
Okay. I didn't even think about that. So anyway,
well, since we're talking insanity anyway, let's speak about this.
Yeah, so the Supreme Court has just ruled that the insanity defense can be blocked by any of the states. So any state you're in, if you try to plead the insanity defense, they can basically tell you to go fuck yourself. Which sucks. I
so
guess.
That means you're no longer criminally insane. They just give you the chair.
Yeah. So well, that's if they have the death penalty. But let's see here. Facing a challenge from a man sentenced to death for killing 4 people. Responded Monday by upholding.
Well, he killed his 2 daughters, his mother, and his great grandmother in 2009, and he was not allowed to plead insanity in Kansas. And now they're saying, he's still criminally liable, and I don't know what they're going to do with it.
Don't we review movies and TV shows?
We do, but also world news.
Especially when it comes to the insanity plea, which means that Noob-Noob can no longer operate in his...
Listen, in quarantine times, people are bound to... Didn't somebody murder their wife just because they were stuck at home with them?
Yes.
Yeah. Speaking of insanity,
but not anymore.
Did you murder someone who wouldn't offer up something that you were asking for all the time?
I mean,
yeah. If people don't offer boobs, then who knows what happens? Breaks fail. People go missing. Wolves show up at your house while you're sleeping. I mean,
just a pack of wolves gets let into your house.
When boobs are not shown.
You get rattlesnakes mailed to your residence. That happens sometimes if you're a Tiger King. Speaking of insanity, Bear's checking in. What's up, brother? Glad you're with us.
Oh my God! have Bear show up his tits. I wonder how that would look.
You would love that.
Probably sexy.
You would be totally, yeah.
I wonder if the Tiger King could rile him up. Anyway.
All right, so next.
So, Mortal Kombat 11 is a Mortal Kombat game, the 11th one. That makes sense.
It has a lot of cool downloadable characters like
and
Joker, and now they have Spawn, which is a new character. So why don't you show us a little bit of that gameplay from Mortal Kombat 2 there, Scott?
Mortal Kombat 11.
11.
Oh, Jesus!
That was
Jesus!
bring down that volume a little bit.
Oh, Jesus! Still loud.
We can purge the 10 hells. Only if you follow my lead. All due respect, that's not in the cards. Fight!
There you go. Volume came back down.
So he's whipping people, and he's chaining people.
This seems like absolute bullshit.
What do you mean, bullshit?
Oh, fuck.
It's very gory.
Well, I mean, it's Mortal
Look,
Kombat.
there was a little, he tickled him in the dick a little bit.
It's Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat was originally, the bloodiest game around. Wasn't this the game that was supposed
violent.
to... Wasn't this game that was supposed to lead children to violence?
Weird, I'm getting hard.
Wasn't this game supposed to lead children to violence?
I don't know.
Oh my, where is that coming from?
It's just, he's just whipping it around.
And
It's
he
chained.
disappears.
All right, I think I've seen enough of this. This is
Dear
just...
God, how long does this go on for?
Yeah, you just...
It's going on for another minute, so you guys can talk over it if you want, but I just muted it.
Well, we couldn't hear you talk, so all we heard was loud noises.
It wasn't... Yeah, Mortal Kombat was the game that was supposed to make children violent. Like, this was the reason that we had, like, fights and bullies and everything else, wasn't it?
Kids
This
murder people?
could be fake news, but if I recall, Mortal Kombat was one of the games that spawned the MSRB rating system for video games because of its violence.
It
correct.
was groundbreaking when it first came out.
I might have just made that up, or I might have remembered
No, I
it.
think he's right.
Yeah.
So it's cool, I guess. I don't know. I don't play this game, so
Yeah, I don't play it either, so why are we still talking about it? Oh, that was cool, though.
he just ripped all of his skin off, and then you're next.
Oh, boy. Anyway, so let's move on to next. Exactly. So Spawn's telling us to move on, so let's move on.
He just got dragged to hell, so we should move on.
Fine. So, if any of you guys are boxing or wrestling fans out there, there was a giant boxing match a couple weeks ago between some gypsy dude who was white and some giant black guy named Deontay Wilder. And Deontay Wilder got fucked up. And he was a bitch, and he blamed his loss on this gigantic 45-pound
Costume.
cool-looking costume that he wore out in the opening intro of the fight.
Yeah, when they introduced Deontay Wilder,
Tyson Fury, that's who he fought.
he fought Tyson Fury, and when he walked out, he is the guy, if you're looking at a screen, he's the gentleman on the right. He's got the dark costume with the glowing red eyes. Well, apparently he weighed like 45 pounds, and he was claiming that after he lost the match, it was because he was worn out. He didn't have any legs from wearing this giant costume that he wore. So Triple H from World Wrestling Entertainment?
WWE, yeah, World Wrestling Entertainment.
Yeah, from WWE. He decided to troll Deontay and wore a crazy-looking skull.
He kind of looks like
mask
Shao
too.
Kahn from Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
I call
I
fake
think it was
news.
pretty dope.
Triple H had this costume before. I remember seeing that mask before. This isn't a new thing for him.
You sure about that?
I'm fairly certain, I'm like 90% sure that Triple H already wore a costume very similar to that. I remember seeing the mask. I think that was something he came out with on a regular basis. I got out of wrestling years ago, so I can't say for certain, but...
So you can't tell me what Triple H stands for?
Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Damn, he knows.
Gotcha. But I feel like this boxer who's blaming this costume is just making excuses for losing a match because, A, you're an idiot. And there you go. Thank you, Sean Riley, saying Scoot's right. Triple H has had this costume before. Sean is a wrestling expert. Thank you for that. But this boxer seems to be just, making excuses for the fact that he lost the fight. He lost. deal with it. I'm sorry.
So Scott Keebler is saying that Deontay Wilder is an idiot and that he could beat him in the face.
I'm saying idiot, but in a fight, he would definitely kick my ass. I'm not going to even pretend about that.
His dick to stop him from beating you senseless.
There's nothing that would stop him from beating me. If he wanted to beat me, that man would turn me into a human blood puddle.
But would you still attempt to suck his penis?
I would attempt anything I can to avoid being murdered by this very large, angry man.
His penis.
You can do whatever your defense is.
To suck the sadness off of Deontay Wilder.
Moving on.
Anyway.
Move on.
So Chris Brown, speaking of moving on.
No, this is our special segment.
Oh, yeah, this is a special segment. Face tattoo segments. Because that's a thing now.
Yes, we have 2 special segments now.
We shouldn't, because why?
We need music for it. Like, dum-dum-dum.
Do we have music for it?
No, we don't.
Give me,
Well,
sure.
Just dropping the ball here. Sex music, that's fine. That's probably the music he beat Rihanna to.
Take my breath away.
Who sings that? Beyonce?
I don't know. This has been around for a long time.
Cher.
Cher?
I keep hitting
I have
buttons.
no idea. Why don't you Google it? You have a phone.
No, fuck that. I don't care. So, Chris Brown got a face tattoo of a sneaker.
Why?
I don't know, but he really likes sneakers.
It's at least an Air Jordan sneaker. It's a very specific shoe. Nike's Air Jordan 3 sneaker tattooed on the right side of his face.
I am just...
It's
there's
stupid.
something missing here.
Which is below the tiny ink he got of his Black Pyramid clothing brand logo. So he technically has 2 face
Actually,
tattoos.
he has 3, because the picture Scott's showing us, he has like another diamond over top of his eyebrow.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on here. Why do people keep doing this to themselves? What would be the weirdest thing we could tattoo?
Oh,
on
he has a
YouTube's face?
5-year-old daughter, and her name is Royalty. Wow.
She's absolutely royalty.
Whoa.
So what can we get tattooed on Noob-Noob's face?
I say we tattoo a large purple triangle.
Why a purple triangle?
Because that is the symbol of your preferences when it comes to sex.
Purple triangle.
Is that a black dick joke?
That's a gay joke.
Whoa.
Purple triangle.
Somebody in chat said that's a discount. Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, that's Bootleg Sampler checking in with us again. He's been here with us a lot. Wow. So thank you for checking in there, Bootleg. But yeah,
Bootleg,
that's
top contributor.
That's the Bootleg Sampler.
So what's next?
So we have our other special segments, which is one of Scott's favorite, is Scott's fashion show segment.
Scott he is on the cutting edge of fashion.
I am the new fashion guru.
He's a fashionista. So why don't you go ahead and give us tell us a little bit about your what fashion
We're
you're
gonna go ahead.
A France sign.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and switch our screens over here again, and I'm going to hit play on the greatest and most influential people who ever lived, the Kardashians. And as you can tell, we're in Kim's luxurious home.
What are they doing?
That she is forced to quarantine herself in right now. Oh, poor Kim Kardashian. And for Paris is the worst color too. It's disgusting.
Doo-doo brown.
Doo-doo brown.
Well, that was a scary fashion segment. Thanks for taking us through that, Scott. We really appreciate that.
Of course.
So what's next in the news?
So the Popeyes is really trying to share the love in this dark time of coronavirus. So Popeyes is sharing its Netflix password with customers during their fried chicken and chill campaign. So instead of quarantine and chill, Popeyes wants you to fuck while eating chicken.
Are you supposed to rub the chicken on? It rubs the chicken on, or else it gets the hose again.
Little known fact is the grease they use on Popeye's chicken can also be used as a lubricant.
Oh,
I'm sure
that would burn probably.
Would you use it to lubricate your bunghole?
I'm not going to get into details.
You're not going to give away any secret tips today?
You're not privy to getting that far into my bunker over here.
So on Sunday, Popeyes launched its Fried Chicken and Chill campaign, which promises to distribute a Netflix username and password to the first 1,000 people who post a photo of themselves eating a Popeyes meal on Twitter with the hashtag password from Popeyes. Okay.
Some fried chicken and chill.
So just okay. Most people have Netflix though, so I mean that's cool though. I guess that's awesome. Is there anything
No
else
strings
interesting about
attached.
this?
No, just thought it would be interesting for people to go Netflix and well, no, not Netflix.
It's
and chill.
it's a good it's a smart play on their part to
In
get
terms of some news reporting,
get
Popeyes
the
has
news.
some good year-end growth for 2019, up 35%.
Sounds like a good investment there. Honka honk.
I don't know if Popeyes is a stock we can buy, but we'll definitely try to dig it.
Is Popeyes the stock?
I don't. Yeah, it might. It's probably not. Most likely. Although Burger King, McDonald's are stock. Maybe I could.
Is that a recommend for you, Noob? Is that a best buy?
Popeyes stock. Let me see if Popeyes actually has stock.
It's probably part of a bigger company.
Popeyes stock price.
All right.
Oh, yeah,
Restaurant Brands International
and their code is
is QSR.
QSR.
Selling at $40.53, down $3.08 for 7% loss today. Not good. Headquarters.
Is that
in
a
Toronto,
good buy
Canada.
there, Noob?
Revenue $5.357 billion. CFO Matthew Bennigan. Oh, looking good here. You know, in this downturn economy, I think you can get a
Is that a
nice
good
solid
buy?
return here.
Next.
Next. I'm done with
let's go here.
Noob's stock tip.
So China has good stock tips, and that's eat bats. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
That's why we're here. So China originally closed down all of their movie theaters because, again, they blew up the world with Corona. And they were a little bit ahead of the curve, so they started to have lower case numbers, so they were reopening their theaters. And they're like, okay, let's reopen
And
with
they were
some
gonna,
classics.
yeah, some good old-fashioned
Avengers,
classics.
Avatar, Batman, basically all the thing the Chinese people love, which is white people.
Wow.
Explosions and attractive white people is what China loves, honestly. Look at that, the drums. But so it was very short-lived because they closed those shits again because, again, they're getting more cases. So
they went back and closed all of those theaters again. So
Yep.
So they tried to come out of the quarantine, which we're trying to do next week, according to some presidents, and they had to go right back into it because they weren't prepped yet.
1,000 theaters? I don't know. There was a lot of theaters.
70,000 theaters closed in January in China.
Wow.
All of them.
Since the pandemic killed 25,000 people worldwide.
It's the Kung Flu. Wait,
Yes.
no. Kung Fu Flu.
Kung Flu. It's a Kung Flu.
Kung Flu.
Kung
Yeah.
Flu is
Kung
what
Flu.
it is. It's COVID-19.
I don't know anything about that, you racist bastards.
Oh, boy.
No, we're not calling it what certain people are calling it. We're calling it what it is. It's the COVID-19 virus.
What I'm saying
There.
is, Scott, is that whatever way you say it is racist.
Where's
so.
the Meg?
All right, I'm just whenever I talk is
Next.
racist.
So, speaking of movie theaters,
So let's talk about
AMC.
American movie theater.
Yes, the better kind.
Let's talk about American
American movie company, I think, is AMC or whatever. The fuck it's called.
American movie
It
company.
furloughs or ferries its entire staff.
So they're hiring.
furloughed.
So they're hiring furries.
They are hiring ferries.
They are.
I
not
need to-
paying the
I sh-
ferries
I should
because apparently
apply.
furloughing means you're not paying people.
Oh,
It means you're guaranteed a job.
I mean,
But
now,
you're not getting paid.
I don't get paid for when I play a furry either. So I mean, it's not that different.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, what I found interesting was that they furloughed their CEO too, which they said, guess what, buddy? You don't have a job and you ain't getting paid. So at least he's feeling the same kind of pain that the grunts are.
There's other companies that are doing that too. Beasley Media, one of our local media outlets that covers a lot of radio stations in the Philadelphia area and other areas as well. They're a big company. They just
Why would a radio station shut down?
because like some local radio stations here do have 24/7 personalities, airplays, staff, sales. There's all kinds of stuff that still goes on in a radio station, but they're doing the same thing. But the CEO, Miss Beasley, is taking a 20% cut, while everyone underneath her is taking a 10% cut, including salaried employees, and hourly employees.
She should
So
take 100%.
a lot of industries are doing that right now. It's not just AMC.
Well, I feel like nobody cares. We should just move on.
Yeah. Well, Noob's just happy because plantation owners are still. in
Noob's like,
business.
well, as soon as I get my check, I really could care less about everyone else.
Well, I do like to have them plantations on there with my workers. They never get paid anyway. So
Is there a special word for those people that you treat that
them lovely human human beings. Great men and women. Love whipping them bitches good.
Let's put plantation owner Noob-Noob back in the box.
I feel like he gets
a good working out there.
He gets one impression and he doesn't do a good job.
I feel like he's getting dangerously close to getting us pulled here.
Why?
Now there, Scott, I don't like your attitude there, son. Now why don't you go and fix me up a sandwich?
It's plantation owner Noob-Noob. It's a special character.
Anyway, so let's go to something more cheery, and that's Deadpool singing from a dead guy.
From a dead guy.
Yeah, Kenny Rogers is dead, right?
He is dead.
Unfortunately, Kenny Rogers did recently pass away.
Watch the volume there, Scott.
Yeah.
What?
Your volume's going to be blown out.
Thank you. Thank you for catching that.
Oh, yeah. My ears thank you as well.
Well, you're welcome there.
There's
some small things here that we're still working on, but here we go.
You actually sound like Mr. Ed when you do that. And you have the teeth like Mr. Ed as well. Whoa.
So far, no singing.
So apparently this was an early on cut, and Ryan Reynolds was just showing his screen as it was happening.
On a train bound for nowhere, I met up with the gambler. We were both too tired to sleep. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. Sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for count when the dealing's done.
Yes. Well.
Okay. Was that actually a cut of the movie, or this
seems
was done
like
afterwards?
it was a cut of the movie?
I think what it was, that was like an early take or an early tease of the movie that they made. They didn't actually use it for the movie itself.
Yeah, because that was not that good.
Well, they didn't need to use it for the movie itself, which is, understandable and fine, but that's because he just passed away. They were just doing a throwback to it and saying, hey, this does exist out there, and I'm going to watch it and remember, Kenny Rogers, and, he was a good man.
What was his most famous song? Like, what did Kenny Rogers do?
I think it was that one.
Song?
The Gambler? Yeah, I just heard him sing it.
It was that song there, was The Gambler.
Who did Footloose?
I don't.
I want to Footloose.
Definitely.
Kick off from Sunday juice.
I don't think that was Kenny Rogers. You also have a computer that you can look that up.
What?
Just who wrote Footloose?
Who wrote the racist song?
Just asked us that. Oh my God.
Hold on.
Let's just move on before we get way too far off track here.
Okay. Kenny Loggins. That's close enough.
Oh,
there was another Kenny. There you go.
Loggins confused with Kenny.
There's still a Kenny. Okay. Anyway.
I wasn't trying.
Oh my God. Wow. So along.
I know what that's from.
There you go.
Finally got that.
Yep. Bear called it out. Kenny Loggins. There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Because our listeners know more than you do.
Yeah, well, that's because they probably are non-essential and staying at home just Googling shit. Bitches.
Googling stuff.
Anyway, so along with more non-essential pieces of shit, late-night TV hosts, because nobody needs that anymore, they're apparently returning to work, although this is probably going to get delayed.
There's no way. Does that not seem asinine to you?
That's going to get pulled back too. They've done a real good job about doing shows from home to keep content going out there. They're weird.
That stuff is awful.
It's weird. It's weird. It's awkward. It's awful. I've seen good and I've seen bad. Like John Oliver has a decent setup where he brought in a skeleton crew. It was weird without an audience, but it was still a decent production, still funny.
Colbert in a tub looked kind of funny.
Colbert in a tub
literally got in the tub in his suit.
Oh, who's that other one? He was the old SNL character that laughed at his own jokes the whole time. Not Seth Meyers. The guy who laughs at his own jokes the whole time.
Jimmy Fallon?
Fallon. Yeah, Fallon's doing it, but he did it low quality with his kids running around. It was distracting. It wasn't funny. I mean, he isn't funny in the first place, but it just made it a whole lot worse.
Who watches late night anyway? Is it really necessary that these people are why would you risk your staff to come back and do what?
But they're not. They're doing it from home. Which I mean, look at the technology. Look at what we're doing now. The technology is amazing on what we're able to do.
Yeah, but they suck.
Yeah, but they're not funny.
Better than late night TV.
They don't have. They need writers. We don't need writers. Well,
I mean, I'm the writer. I write the news.
He writes
Obviously,
all the news.
We got inside information. Production crews will not be allowed to go to work till next week. They're beginning to try it. Is all it is, but.
That seems like a bad idea. Stay at home, folks.
That's coming from one of my good inside sources. But
so it was like me trying anal. It's probably not going to work out right.
No, it'll work fine because you're going to be able to take everything that's thrown at you without lube.
Okay. Well, next.
Okay. Well, anyway, moving on from that. Apparently, Picard, which I think is Sir Patrick Bald Stewart, reads Shakespeare. Oh my God, he looks like a cancer patient.
This is beautiful.
He looks like
just make sure we can hear this properly, but not too loud, but loud enough.
I definitely will go ahead and get this started so we can listen to Picard telling sonnets.
Sonnet 4. Unthrifty loveliness, why dost thou spend upon thyself thy beauty's legacy? Nature's bequest gives nothing, but doth lend, and being frank, she lends to those are free. Then, beauteous niggard, why dost thou abuse the bounteous largesse given thee to give? Profitless usurer, why dost thou use so great a sum of sums, yet canst not live? For having traffic with thyself alone, thou of thyself, thy sweet self dost deceive. Then how, when nature calls thee to be gone, what acceptable audit canst thou leave? Thy unused beauty must be tombed with thee, which, used, lives the executor to be.
So two
I
things.
Hope we feel a little bit more educated.
We did.
The beauty of that.
Two things. The audio.
What did he just say?
The audio went.
What did he just
was that
say?
Eminem's lyrics?
Why? What did he say?
I don't know. Was that the Godzilla challenge?
Did you hear something
that you were so offended by?
I don't even know. What I wasn't listening.
You didn't listen at all?
Not a single word. Did he say something racist? Was I supposed to hear something racist? Replay it.
Was he texting?
No, I was literally just zoned out.
Just staring at
space.
Did he seriously say something racist? Because I want to hear racism.
No, Shakespeare isn't racist.
I think you should go. It must have been like 10 seconds in.
All right. Well, real fast, I'm going to comment. Bear says chat's not flowing right. That is on the YouTube side of it. YouTube is delayed, and you're not going to see all the chat. The live chat is what you make sure you got to see. It's a little rough with the YouTube chat. We can't control everything that's happening with that, but I do see most of what the comments that come into us. So just keep trying, and we'll go with that. But I will chop.
I feel like I have heard things that they
Put the racist thing on.
That they're.
I will chop back
Netflix
over.
is not letting people stream super high quality HD.
Yeah, and Europe.
Yeah, I think they're down doing a bunch of different people.
So, all right, let's. I think Noob-Noob wants to hear something inappropriate, so let's see. I think I'm pretty close to where it should be.
Why dost thou spend upon thyself thy beauty's legacy? Nature's bequest gives nothing, but doth lend, and being frank, she lends to those are free. Then, beauteous niggard, why dost thou abuse the bounteous largesse given thee to give?
What did he just say? That white guy can't say that shit!
I don't know. What did he say, Noobers?
I'm not going to get trapped into that and say that word out loud there, Scott.
I mean, I think.
I reckon. Shut your sloppy little mouth, somebody talking to me.
Obviously, we need to
say something super racist, and I will not stand for that.
Obviously,
I work hard, and I will not have them be detained and talked to. Why am I going to like a building?
I have no idea. I can't sit next to him while he says this ridiculousness.
Is that why you jumped off screen there?
I can't even. I can't tolerate.
I can't stay next to with that ridiculous. I think we need to have Noob-Noob read sonnets. I mean, I think that's a genius idea. I think
Can we pull up the Picard sonnet and have him read it?
Noob-Noob reading Shakespeare, I think, would be incredible.
Can we finally get him, like, I don't know, put in jail or something?
Maybe that will be for next. Maybe I'll open next week's episode with me reading the sonnet.
Reading the same sonnet as Captain Picard.
I will read the same sonnet next episode. So
sounds like fun on the board.
But speaking of Picard, and this pissed Scott off, because CBS wants to be just great human beings, they're giving you all of Picard for free, so you don't have to pay for CBS All Access.
Bacardi? They're giving you Bacardi for free?
It's a Picard party in your mouth.
What?
So Scott, they just ripped you off.
Are you kidding me?
You paid for a shitty TV show.
I paid for the only thing I got CBS for was to watch Picard, and they're giving it for free now?
Well, doesn't it suck anyway?
Yeah, it did. And so did Discovery. I was watching Discovery. That's
really bad ratings for them to give it away for free.
Are you kidding me? That's hard. All right, so tune in next week when we find the response to when I sent CBS a very craftily worded email demanding my refund since I spent money on this app and the only thing I wanted was Picard, and now you're giving it away for free.
Are you also going to review Picard?
Yeah.
On next week's episode?
Nah, I mean, it ended this week.
Give it a week.
It's not. It's not Star Trek, but hey, now that it's free, go ahead and watch it. I don't know. I'm torn on it. It's tough. If you're a Star Trek fan,
save it for next week. That was the key.
If you're a Star Trek fan, you probably won't like it. So
yeah,
let's
move on to actual reviews, because we got two one great one. One, I don't know what it is, and then something else that I've never heard of.
Does it have nudity?
It might have nudity.
Which one?
Let's go, fight my shiny metal ass!
I got a bad feeling about this.
I love Scotch. Scotch is
Plus Ultra.
So let's get the one that I have no fucking clue what it is out of the way first. So it's apparently a Netflix movie,
and people are talking about it.
And it's called The Platform. It's a sci-fi thriller from 2019.
It's only an hour and 34 minutes.
And it's very brief description. In the future, prisoners housed in vertical cells, watched as inmates in the upper cells are fed while those below Okay.
So there's a lot of eating going on in this.
So it's a hierarchy of prisoners
that eat.
that are either eaten or starved.
So am I the only one that watched this?
Yeah, I
you were
didn't know it
supposed to
existed.
convince us to watch it, Scott.
I don't know if I can, because all I can tell you is that I watched a movie. That's
you watched a movie.
That's all I can say about it. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I have no clue. It was a concept that they had. There was prisoners. It was simple. I mean, if it was something else,
is it in English?
It was something. Yeah, it's English. It originally, when it came out, I think it was sometime when it first came out, but it's now has dubs on it, so it's in English as well.
Okay.
It was originally called El Hoyo.
El Hoyo.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I watched. It was the same set. If I was filming something, it was perfect because it was the same set every time. It was the same room the entire time, which is perfect because it was just jail cells. And
they saved a lot of money.
They saved a lot of money there. It was this magic table that floated down from floor to floor to floor. It was it was basically a commentary on how horrible people are. How those at the top will eat all they want and just leave scraps for those at the bottom. It was, you know what? I think it was that. I think it was just a symbolism for those at the bottom get shit on the most, and those at the top eat like kings.
So the caste system from India.
Yeah, pretty much. And America too. I mean, that's that's
the caste system. That's what it's called. Right?
I said capitalism, but no, that was a joke.
So they obviously had a message. I don't know.
Well, the 52 people that reviewed it on Rotten Tomatoes thought it was decent for 83%.
It was decent.
And the audience score was 77%, so it's not terrible.
I was able to keep watching it. It's not something I turned off, and I don't like to watch things I don't like. So, I mean, it kept my interest. When it was done, I'm not sure what I watched. I have issues with the way it ended. I have issues with the magic floating table that would go up and down. What universe is this in?
One with technology. In the future.
It was weird. It was very, very weird.
Would you recommend it or just no?
I would recommend it for Z, but not for Noob-Noob. It's one of those things
Noob-Noob's
where like
too dumb to get it.
It's Noob-Noob's way too dumb to get this. I think this may be up Z's alley. I'm curious.
I went to college.
Yeah, and you failed out.
Yeah, so, you went to McDonald's College.
McDonald's.
And
you know what makes there's a reason why I failed out college.
He majored in
very
hamburger
early age. Women just did not give me boobs.
Online degrees are very different, Noob-Noob. You have to realize that. The people that get online degrees are smarter because they didn't spend a lot of money.
Yeah, I got an online degree in boobology.
Weren't you supposed to shout someone out?
Oh, no, that's coming in one of our reviews.
Okay.
Yeah, but we're not getting to that one yet. We're getting to Superman Red Sun, the latest DC animated movie, which was quite fantastic.
Well, not everybody agrees with you because there's no consensus yet.
Well,
and by the way, Art, are we going to talk about? There's going to be a special giveaway for this.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I was going to do it at the end of this, but sure. So, Superman Red Sun is going to be a giveaway that I am doing. We just ended our Charlie's Angels one yesterday, and tomorrow I will be posting a Superman Red Sun giveaway.
So, who's the lucky person who got the?
Who's the lucky winner of Charlie's Angels?
Do you not know?
Hold on, I gotta.
Well, I'll tell you what. While Noob-Noob's finding that, I'm going to take a minute to thank a lot of these people that did enter the Charlie's Angel competition. I will just go ahead and give all of you a shout out real fast. Here's your Instagram handles for you all to check out. Movies_fella. Whoa_dance_time. Whoa dance time. That's a fun one.
That's the winner. She's the winner.
Whoa dance time.
Yes.
So Whoa dance time.
So congratulations to Whoa Dance Time who won our contest. We also had Monsignor Newt that entered. We had the QT Pie. I don't think it was the actual QT Pie. It's the letter Q, the letter T pie.
So it wasn't PewDiePie.
It wasn't PewDiePie. It was the Cutie Pie, which I looked at your page. There's no proof that you're a cutie pie or not. You're gonna have to try harder.
Oh boy.
We want to thank Sunny Delight Boy, 2 eyes on that one. Epic Movies. There's 3 Z's there, so that's why I had to
There's
do
only
that.
1 Z here.
Let's see. Alvan0, ALVIN0, I guess. It's italics. Congratulations for that. I don't know how to pronounce that. Bearcat 2010. Flickinder Dylan. Wow, that is something. That is a dangerous name right there. You can definitely get in trouble saying that name. Flickinder Dylan. Dylan, is that because you like being flickened? I hope so. Good for you. And then Dehinlicious and of course Roger F3000, and that's because he fucks 3000.
Whoa, that's intense there, Scott.
Okay. Anyway,
Iron Man loves you 3000. Roger fucks 3000. He's a pro, and we thank him for that.
Okay, so anyway, be able to look out for that tomorrow. We'll post the review. The review's already up. I will post the giveaway tomorrow on our Instagram, OrkU. But anyway, Superman Red Sun was one of the best animated movies I've seen in quite some time. So everyone should watch that.
I don't know about the best animated show. I would say it was one of the better DC animated ones.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
And I refuse
from the DC universe.
And I refuse to shout out T-Zap. You will not be shout out. Fuck you.
No boy.
Why not?
Because
that sounds like a genuinely good person.
Or a genuinely bitch person.
Well, I mean, Scott seems like he has a dog co-host, so I don't even know what's going on with that guy.
True.
Anyways, that was Child's show.
Shut your mouth. So if anyone doesn't know about the Superman Red Sun, it's essentially an Elseworld story.
Like what if
Superman, instead of landing in Kansas in America, he landed in Soviet Russia. And it was kind of a great character arc for him, and they had a bunch of role reversals with Lex Luthor, Lois Lane. Batman was kind of much different.
There's a Batman that made no sense because Batman's supposed to be like a billionaire with a lot of technology, and somehow there's just a Batman, and they put a Ruski hat on him, and that makes him
Russian Batman.
It was a Russian Batman though?
Yeah, it's weird. It's very weird. It's very brutal.
Yes,
so
they
is this essentially
took the scene from BVS and made it in Russia? and then Batman loses. And oh wait, never mind.
So is this
don't
essentially
spoil it.
DC in Russia?
Yeah, kind of. It reminds me of Flashpoint. Do you remember the Flashpoint one where
Yes.
it's with Reverse Flash and all that good stuff?
Alternate reality. Aquaman was at war with Wonder Woman.
It's very similar to that. Only this is another what if. Like,
okay.
Superman was Soviet, and it follows like a very interesting arc. I thought the voice acting was great. They picked a totally different Superman to play
Jason
the character.
Isaacs.
Yeah, he was really good. And it looks like the tomato meter, which there's not a ton of reviews. There's no critic consensus yet. They have
93%.
And yeah, for the critics, and 65% for the audience. I disagree with that. I actually liked it a decent amount. I thought it was a really good film. It kind of tightens up. Like, it needed to be tightened up a tiny bit, but it was still really good. I liked it.
Also spanned like 40 years.
It was very cool. Is this
one of those? Is this one of those things where like true fans will be fans of it, where people that don't really follow the comic book, the series, and know like the universe will not enjoy it, which would kind of explain that fan score?
I think what's up with this is a little different because like I'm not familiar with the story, just like I wasn't really familiar with the Flashpoint Paradox. I think if you're a fan of the characters, this is a different take on it, and I think that if you are just looking for something, like I remember when I saw Justice League War, which is one of the first DC animated movies that came out, I was very disappointed in that, and it was like a story that's been retold a billion times. This is the first time they've ever told this story about Red Sun. So I think it was just good, unique, well drawn, and pretty good story. I mean, it's not the best animation I've ever seen, but it was pretty good.
Everyone should go watch it, pretty much, unless you really hate DC.
Or enter to win the digital code from.
Yes, that too.
There's the option too: is enter to win the digital code.
And Scott is excluded from that because he's a bitch.
I know, you asshole. I hate you so much. If I was there, I'd hit you. Which actually, you probably should be happy. You should be happy that I'm not there with you, because I can't actually punch you.
Anyway, let's move on to our last review.
You can virtually spit on him.
Which is Tiger King Season 1, a Netflix documentary series off of... I watched 2.5 episodes and I was just like, why does this exist? I'm not quite sure.
So let's go ahead and start Tiger King off with one of the music videos that came from this universe. I just want us to take a minute to bask in the glory that is this music video.
Whoa! That's loud.
See them in the jungles, in the forests, on the plains.
Oh, this was actually a thing.
Oh yeah, this is a music video. Yeah, this is a music video. There,
she got her boobs done for this.
How do you know?
I think I remember that.
No,
she didn't get her boobs done. Did she show her boobs, unlike some people?
I can't. This music video is...
This one's not as good as the other one.
It's disgusting. I can't... There's nothing about this music video that I like.
What is he saying?
Alright, nobody cares about this. Turn it off.
And no one can hear you.
She needs... Oh my god, it's horrible. And it's so funny because they say beautiful...
We're not listening to this whole thing.
I can't hear you, Scott.
We're not.
Yeah.
So
the music is
it's so funny because they say beautiful, wild, and free. Well, here she is doing an awkward pose in front of a lion in a cage. There's nothing free about that!
No. So Tiger King.
It melts your brain. It absolutely, all of this, the entire Tiger King thing completely melts your brain.
Definitely makes you feel stupid, that's for sure.
Oh.
Well, okay, so let's see. How do we describe this? I guess read the critic consensus and we'll expand upon it.
The critic consensus is a bizarre true crime story you have to see to believe. Tiger King is a messy and captivating portrait of obsession gone terribly wrong. Tomato meter, 100% somehow, with 34 people. And audience score, somehow, 97% with 113 reviews.
If you're into true crime, you're going to like this. if you're not into true crime, you could probably skip it because it's just too weird. It's too all over the place.
It's a train wreck. It's an absolute train wreck.
I mean, it's well put together, but it's a little hard to follow because I guess it's chronological, but it's difficult to tell sometimes.
This guy is documentarian. He took years putting this thing together, and he originally thought he was just going to go in and do a documentary about. Originally, actually, he was going after more exotic animals. Like he was interviewing somebody about like poisonous snakes. And he came across.
And he randomly. It is interesting. Yeah, and he randomly stumbled into a guy who literally bought a
exotic
nearly
Joe.
extinct snow leopard.
Yeah, and that's what took him to Exotic Joe. And Exotic Joe is quite the character who is the Tiger King. There's no words to describe this fucking guy.
It's like a bunch of hillbilly meth heads meets.
They have a bunch of gay sex and lose their teeth.
And then there's also polygamists and murder, and it's just so much.
So, and it's funny. So, Exotic Joe is married to 2 other men. So he's in a
it's
gay.
Joe Exotic.
Joe Exotic, whatever. So he's in a male polygamous relationship. They talk about another guy who he has like 18 wives or some shit like that. He's polyamorous, but like abusive polyamorous. It's these people are completely fucking insane. Bear said he watched it and it's like driving past an accident. You have to look and you have to keep looking. It's a train wreck.
You can't stop. Once you get too far in, you can't stop.
I think
because you're just
I stopped 2.5 episodes and I was glad to stop.
No,
that's because you can't get any pussy because you don't have any pussies.
Episode 4.
That's what I learned from this. You need pussies to get pussy.
Episode 4 has a moment, and I'm not going to say what it is, but I rewinded it 20 times just to see, did I actually just see what I just saw?
Oh, are you talking about what they captured on film?
Yeah, what they captured.
It gets dark.
No, it gets dark real.
It gets real.
Oh, they murder a fucking lion or something.
That is part of the long-term thing. I can't explain the story. It's so complex. There's so many levels to it. These people are all hideous people. I mean, everyone from...
They're all bad guys. Not one of them's a good person.
From Joe Exotic, who had this complex about himself that thought that he was this character, this god or something, to the chick in this thing who said that she was trying to save these tigers and get them free, but had this, like, 3rd level zoo that she was keeping them in, where the cages were smaller than anything else. It was a hypocrisy. It was lies. It was stupid. But these people are just, you have to keep watching these people. It's amazing.
It is redonkulous for sure.
Are we done with this review yet? Because it's horrible.
Noob can't handle the complexity.
It's definitely worth
like I said, he can't get, because he doesn't have a pussy, so he can't get pussy. That's what I learned from this. It's the whole thing.
Absolutely, it's definitely worth watching. And if you're going to watch
it, you can have orgies if you own exotic cats.
It definitely, that's how this guy got his wives. He offered them meth and tigers.
Well, you mean, his boyfriend?
I think Noob-Noob's probably like 1/2 bag of meth and like a tiger from marrying Joe Exotic.
Oh, he's halfway to marrying Joe Exotic.
Already there. Just videos of tigers is all he needs. He's ready to go after Joe Exotic.
He doesn't even need to meet the live tigers. He just has to look at videos of them.
He doesn't even need meth. I mean, come on. I mean, look at the guy. He's transfixed in this.
Don't you? What about those shirts? Is that something you would wear, Noob-Noob?
I think so. I think Noob-Noob, we need to get you a tiger shirt.
Definitely tiger print.
Oh my god, why is the song still on?
What about the one where she's feeding her husband to the
is there anything, like, what else is there to say about this?
Oh,
it's possible to describe. What show did you ask me if it was like?
The eerie bomb one?
The bomb on the bomb strapped around the guy's head?
Yeah.
Or his neck? That one, I don't know.
Sorry.
God's trying to kill us.
Jesus Christ.
Trying to kill you again. All right.
That's louder than the screaming power-ups of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, you get to listen to this whole video.
I can't hear what you're saying.
No, please, no.
This is too loud, Scott.
That's too loud on your side. It's not for the audience. So that's down a little bit. So here's the other one. So apparently, this is a music video he made to make fun of the woman in this movie, who she apparently fed her husband to her tigers.
And stuck her in a meat grinder.
And yeah, it's insane. Everything about it is completely insane.
Yeah, well,
So, you two say watch it, I say it sucks.
But I do...
All in all, I think we all need to agree that I need more chalky.
But I do have one thing that is more insane than that. And
this is going on.
Volume.
Thank you. I have you there. And I will go ahead and bring that video back up for our audience. And I will hit play. And I'll just let you all bask in the glory that this is.
Oh, get the F out of here.
What the fuck is this? Gritty?
Gritty exotic. So Gritty is
With a
petting
nice pussy.
tigers and playing with... Yeah, he's stroking that puss.
This is better than the Tiger King, though.
He kind of looks like Joe Exotic.
His mullet's better.
Can we dress Noob-Noob up like Joe Exotic?
Yes.
And do a spoof video?
Yes, we need to do a Noob-Noob exotic.
Can we dress someone else up as a tiger? And then,
Scott,
you can be the tiger.
I will dress as a tiger, and then Noob-Noob can be Joe Exotic. And,
and you'll fuck me in the mouth?
Sure.
Apparently.
All right. I mean, whatever.
Hole's a hole.
I mean, you offered.
Apparently.
Yeah, if this. Oof.
Woo.
Meth at least?
Yes. Oh, wait. No.
Yes.
I can't supply that. I do not know of these things, and I cannot supply things that
My
I do
ears are
not
bleeding
know
from all
of.
those horrible music videos.
All right. So I think that should just about wrap up the show then.
So, if you like what you heard here this week, head on over to OrkU on Instagram. Check out Facebook.com/OurReviewsWillKillYou. Go to YouTube. If you're not watching us live on YouTube, I gotta figure out what the camera.
You're missing part of the show.
Yeah. If you're not watching us live on YouTube, we're YouTube Live. We're in separate locations. We're doing what we're supposed to do with the quarantine, and we're doing it well. If I don't say so myself, a little camera flick early, but whatever.
You're doing it well.
I'm doing it well. You two just have to fucking sit there in front of a microphone and talk, so you go to hell.
Wait, save me.
What
does that say?
Show boobs.
Show boobs.
There were no more votes on that Noob-Noob. You lose. So,
I'm not talking to you, Scott.
He wasn't shouting you out. He was looking for other
We're
boobs.
shouting a certain individual that doesn't like the Tiger King.
who didn't show up actually in chat today. So
I know.
we did miss him, but
Disappointment in both showing up and showing boobs.
alright, so definitely if you're not on YouTube, definitely go to YouTube, check us out, search Our Reviews Will Kill You, you'll find our page. Like, subscribe. We're live Friday nights. Enjoy it. I mean, we like being here with you. We like hearing back from you as well. So go to YouTube, search Our Reviews Will Kill You, and find us there. And as always, Our Reviews Will Kill You is brought to you for free thanks to ScottWillKillYou.com. Yes, the one-stop shop for everything, including the Noob-Noob shirt. I'm disappointed to say anything about I'm rocking the Noob-Noob. Come on.
You're like the size of a postage stamp on our screen.
Well,
my penis.
I mean, your screen's
it's
fine,
equal
but for our viewer
penis
screen,
and
I can make
postage
this
stamp.
larger for the viewer screen. They can see the Noob-Noob shirt in all its glory. So definitely go to ScottWillKillYou.com, OurReviewsWillKillYou.com.
Scott looks like a blurry red blob to us.
You will find everything there: the videos, the store, the links, the podcasts, the music videos. Everything's there. So ScottWillKillYou.com, because Scott will kill you remotely.
Well, don't forget to check out our videos. Well, actually, it's the Noob-Noob and Scott series on some of their taste testing. We chugged Moo Moo Milk, but we did not review it. So maybe one day we'll do a Moo Moo Milk challenge. And so I don't know, Scott. Do you have another one you'd like to tease?
No. With everything that's been going on, I wasn't able to put another video together. I think next week we're gonna see when a repeat of when we attack the Godzilla challenge.
Oh,
so I
what about
think
don't you have a drinking one?
I do have a drinking one. It needs a lot of work because it's not funny. It's not funny at all. I need to do a lot of work to make it funny. Unfortunately,
Noob-Noob was there, so
Yeah,
that's
I
usually
mean-
what makes things unfunny.
yeah, it was.
I was just following Scott's direction, which was what made it.
It
not
was a Noob-Noob video, which is why it
It's
wasn't
not no
funny.
funny.
It needs a lot of
It's got
work.
no funny.
So next week we'll do a throwback of when OrkU took on the Godzilla challenge. We'll release that on Tuesday-ish, we'll say.
Okay. Well, from all of us here at OrkU to all of you all at home, we hope you stay safe. Make sure you're social distancing. Give thanks to your essential fucking people who have to work. Get the fuck away from me. And
Production note to you guys. Production note to you guys. Leave your glasses on for a little bit so I can end the show. But yes, thank you again to all of our essential workers.
We love y'all. This guy, thumbs down. This guy, thumbs up.
And be back with you one day. 'Cause baby girl, even though we've been down this road, and I know it's far from flawless, you'll be coming home regardless.